There's two ways to remember this. One way's more positional, the other way's just having fun. Let's explore both ways. Obviously, the answer is probably going to be related to one of these pawns. Your kings are too far to get into the action in time. So which pawn do you advance? Positionally, you got to think about how can you create a backward pawn that you can then attack again. Another way to think about this, how do you create a backward pawn that also then gives one of your pawns clearance to move forward? So that's what we're going to explore. If you go like this, that is wrong, because if you go here, you see, look at that, right? Then you're going to have to get your kings into this. Now, you could still win, but probably not going to be that simple. Same with if you go this side. Why does this also not work? Because again, the same thing happens. You go here, you see, and if you try to advance, well, you're taken, you see. So it's not going to work out. So knowing the paradigm we just applied, let's look at this. What are we doing wrong if we do this? Well, if we do this, see, there is a backward pawn. Can we successfully attack it? No. Same as if this happens, you see. Look at this, right? We can't get to this backward pawn. So what if we go here? And in fact, we just stumbled on the solution. No matter where they go, check this out. We can now get to that backward pawn. You see, we can now get to that backward pawn. And why is this the solution? Because if the backward pawn decides to take, look at this clearance route. There's nothing they can do. King's not going to get here in time, right? Look at this. So this method always works. Let's say he takes this way. Again, where's the backward pawn? Where's our clearance? So we attack the backward pawn here. Now, what if he sees through this? He's like, I'm going to take this. Well, look at that. We got you. That's our queening path. So as long as we remember, we have to create a backward pawn and be able to attack it, but also make way for a pawn to go the other way. So that's the positional way of thinking about this. How do we create the backward pawn? We go here. No matter which way he takes, now we don't just attack the backward pawn, but we attack it correctly, forcing the tempo on our side so then we can move whatever pawn's left unopposed. So we go here. And now we're good. Well, there's another simpler, more fun way, but it ultimately doesn't help you learn chess. But this is a way if you need to remember this in a quick pinch, okay? So here's the way. Always go in the center, and wherever he takes, you go into the pocket. This is like a pocket, right? You're going into the pocket. So then, right, now you've queened. Again, applying this, always move the center pawn. Then, whichever way he goes, so let's say he goes this way, we always move into the pocket. Then, whatever he does, we've queened. So that is the quick way to remember, but it doesn't help you understand why this works. So either way, hope one of these helps you learn this endgame. Obviously, in real games, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, but I've definitely seen positions similar to this. Okay, guys, this was Jerry Cricket Chess. Hope you enjoyed. Keep practicing, keep learning.